also understood the work of Goethe-Institut also has this mission. That's why Goethe-Institutes all over the world. I think they were kind of also the missionaries in this field. And definitely diversity is an aspect that we always, as people working in the arts and culture field, do respect. However, in these pandemic times, also a lot of separation has happened. What do you think can be done to bring people together despite all these separations now and make them go beyond their preconceptions and their biases? And do you think there is a way to appreciate and to just enjoy the moment again of togetherness that you're used to after this long period of actually drifting apart and very limited personal interaction?
Yeah, well, I cannot predict the future, of course, and but I can just say what I personally feel. I'm very much looking forward to meeting people again in real life and in person. I have seen a lot of my friends only on the screen for a long time now, so I really also beginning to think of them as just some 2D image on the screen, and I think it's important to reconnect with that. But maybe on a broader scale of society, of course, there's been a lot of polarization, and I think it's going to be very important to bridge those gaps again. And I think a lot of them might also have happened because of the social isolation that was experienced, and also this kind of refocusing on the local that had to be done in a way because you really were kind of thrown back into your local surroundings for a long time. And I think it's going to be important to make it possible again to cross those bridges, to exchange about the experiences that everyone had, also to reflect on the socioeconomic differences that really became apparent during the pandemic and that had such a huge influence on what people would experience during that time and how they would be able to cope with the situation. So yes, but I hope that that a lot of people feel the same like me and really want to meet again with others. So we streamed concerts, conferences. We even had guided tours with artists showing us their studio in the metaverse. So it's there was we tried out everything. Something was successful, but something not so much. But it was really fun to have this freedom also to try out what's going on. And we developed different formats. So there, for example, we have this project called Sound of X. It's running at the moment. It's a complete social media project in a way. We asked musicians in different cities in East Asia and Southeast Asia to create music from the soundscapes of their cities and then produce some videos like visuals from their city along with the sound. And you can watch that on the Goethe-Institut YouTube channel as well. And it gives you, for example, the chance to replace traveling in a way because you can visit different cities that you might know or not know, but have a new perspective on it and a new experience, for example. And then in terms of international exchange, of course, traveling is missed very much. So, for example, last year for the 3rd October, for the 30th anniversary of the unification in Germany, we had been preparing a theater play, a docu-fictional theater play called Borderline, which is based on interviews with people who fled from North Korea to South Korea and their experiences. And it was to premiere in the Residenztheater in Munich. But of course, the co-production with the Korean theater company Waki couldn't take place as planned. And so they developed a live streaming format. So the Korean actors were streamed live on stage to Munich for those plays. I mean, they had to get up really early in the middle of the night. But it worked well, and now this theater play is going to come to Seoul in November. And of course, they really like the format. So the German actor that is part of it is this time going to be streamed to Seoul. So there has been some creativity in developing these kind of formats. And maybe just to mention like one last project that we just opened 2 weeks ago. It's an online exhibition called Hybrid by Nature. It's taking place in a newly developed digital environment made by Korean artist Yevan Song, and showcasing 13 digital artworks that are really interactive. So you can really like enter the exhibition, not only looking at pictures, but really engaging with the artworks, all based on the topic of the convergence between humans and machines. So this is a really new experience, also working on mobile phone. And it's really nice, just as Christian said, that it's not only the local audience can take part, but we can share worldwide if you want to take part in it. It's really easy now to experience this kind. So this might be an upside of the whole development.
Oh, that sounds very, very interesting and also thrilling that the Goethe-Institut was able to adapt that quickly and also was courageous enough to try out new formats. Yes, thank you very much again for your time. I really appreciate engagement and the passion that you bring in here to Korea in your work and also for your personal life. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for inviting us. It was a great pleasure to discuss with you.
Yes, thank you very much.
감사합니다.